Welcome everyone to the Utah portion of our road trip. We both wanted to visit Utah for a really long time, so we decided to spend the majority of our trip there. So after we finished our hike at Hanging Lake, we decided to go back, pack up, and make the almost 7-hour drive to Canaraville, Utah to do the Kanara Falls hike in the morning. Jess had found this hike, and for our first hike out in Utah, it definitely did not disappoint. We covered a lot of ground out there, so sit back and get ready for some awesome videos.
Kanara Falls is located in Canaraville, Utah, and is a slot canyon hike that we heard was similar to the Narrows. While it is similar, it definitely doesn't come close to the Narrows in my opinion. But we did it because they limit the tickets to 150 people per day, so we knew that it wouldn't be as crowded, which is always a plus to me. I am all for waking up before everyone else to get to enjoy nature without the hustle and bustle of the crowds. We were the first ones to arrive and had the trail all to ourselves. Unfortunately, my hiking boots gave out on me, but on the bright side, we had already packed a spare set and it was just a short 2-mile jog to get them. Hey guys, people just walked by. We're on Kanara Falls Trail. We were going to be the first people down to the main canyon part, but my shoes, like a mile in, my shoes fell apart and there's no way I could have kept going. I'm sitting here shoeless. Tyler went back to get me a new pair of shoes. Hopefully he's not too tired by the time he gets back, or mad, considering we're not the first ones there anymore. Oh, here he comes. Let me see if I can show you him. He's so sweet. Look at him. Look at him running. Aw. I feel so bad. But look at him. See, ladies, don't settle. I love him.
Luckily, only one group beat me back, so with new shoes, we were off again. The trail is about 3.7 miles out and back and runs in the canyon of the Kanara Creek. The water was about 40 degrees and it was only about 45 degrees outside, so our feet definitely were numb by the end. The views were astonishing, and I would definitely recommend going if you are in the area.
Well, we passed the people. We can officially be first again. Are you happy?
I'm happy.
Miles and I will walk 500 more just to be the man who walked 1,000 miles to fall down at your door.
After our hike was finished, we set off to our next campsite, 30 minutes from Zion National Park.
With camp set up, we had the chance to relax and get ready for the next day. Cooking some chili.
Yes, cooking some chili. Got some peanut butter sandwiches going. Life couldn't be better.
I wasn't really sure what to expect at Zion, so we decided that we would go and have a scouting day first before we tried to hike the Narrows, and I'm glad we did because it paid off big time. Zion Scenic Drive is closed to personal vehicles the majority of the year, so you have to park at the Welcome Center and ride the shuttle to the start of the trails. We used our scouting day to figure out where the shuttles were and what stop we needed to go to and everything else. The parking lot is full before the sun comes up, and trying to find your way around to the shuttles and trails can be difficult the first time around. We decided to go ahead and hike the West Rim Trail that day up to Angel's Landing. Unfortunately, we did not have a permit to go all the way out to then, but we still managed to get some amazing views of the Zion Canyon.
Hey guy, hey little guy. I don't have food, but hi.
I'm scared. Ooh, don't jump on me. I might fall. Ah! Don't do it. Don't do it. No, don't jump on me. Don't jump on me.
The next day, we were up well before the sun to get to Zion before the first shuttle bus. We got super lucky and were the first ones on the trail. We had the whole hike to ourselves, the 4.5 miles to the falls. The towering canyon walls and boulder-lined valley were astonishing and definitely made waking up at 4 a.m. and hiking in 40-degree water for miles worth it. If you are like us and want to avoid the crowds, you have to get there early or hike farther. It was super crowded at the start to about 2 miles in on the way back, but the farther you got away from the start, the less crowded it got. This was the hike I was most looking forward to, and it did not disappoint. This should be on everyone's hiking bucket list.
After the hike, we went back to camp and enjoyed some games and a nice fire and got a plan for the next day. We decided that we'd go ahead and do some easy hikes around Zion. These included Belly of the Dragon, Pink Sand Dunes State Park, and the Sand Caves hike.
We slept in for the first time in the trip so far, which was a nice change of pace. We packed everything up and headed off to the Belly of the Dragon. These hikes were on the east side of Zion, so we were able to drive through the park and the famous tunnel. The road overlooking the valley gives you some of the best views we saw all trip. The first short hike of the day was Belly of the Dragon, which is an irrigation ditch carved out of the mountain that seems to swallow you up. It's a very short distance, so it's friendly to anyone who wants to come and get some really cool pictures. Next on the agenda was the pink sand dunes. We were both a little skeptical since we had already seen sand dunes in North Carolina and they didn't really seem pink in the photos, but we decided to go anyway. Overall, it was a little underwhelming and not really worth it in our opinions.
Our final stop for the day was the Sand Caves hike. This hike is right off the highway and only a short shuffle up the hillside that introduces you to the Sand Caves. These caves were formed by sand mines in the 1970s when they mined sand for glassmaking.
With our day hikes finished, Jess was ready to hit the road again and get back to the beach, so we hightailed it off to California. But not to worry, we couldn't get enough of Utah, so we had to hit a few more spots on the way back. You wouldn't think that a week and a half would make much of a difference, but it certainly did. The hot, dry desert had turned into a winter wonderland, and I'm so glad that we got to experience the snow-covered views of Utah. It really added another layer of beauty to it all.
Our first stop on the way back home was Bryce Canyon. I didn't have huge expectations for it going in, and it really caught me by surprise as being one of my favorite places we visited. The rock formations were so unique, and being covered in snow was even better. We didn't rush to hike this day because when we woke up, it was 10 degrees, felt like 2 outside. Luckily, it warmed up nicely, and by the end of it, I should have been wearing shorts. There's nothing I can say that can come close to just how beautiful it was, so I'll just let you enjoy the videos.
We ended our road trip with a bang at Arches National Park. This red rock wonderland is home to over 2,000 natural stone arches. We spent the day hiking and exploring a few of those, but it was pretty crowded. Unfortunately, due to our schedule, we went on the weekend. However, we were still able to get some amazing pictures, and I'm glad that we got to enjoy the landscape. After seeing what we wanted, we set out, headed east back home. We went slightly out of order, but I really wanted to put all of Utah in one video for you guys to enjoy. Don't worry, we still have a ton of video from our travels out west, including California, Arizona, and Nevada. So stay tuned for that in the future. If you guys have been enjoying these videos, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you have any comments, suggestions, or want to see more of what we've been doing, let me know in the comments. As always, thanks for watching and thanks for your support.